Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And before I even kick any of this off, my discussion, I want to get the main point of this across right away, because it's important, and I know, stuff gets in the way, and you can't, sometimes you can't make it to the end of the video, so my main point in this video is that you might want to avoid big crowds and big events and stuff like this over the next few weeks at least. Do some research, due diligence, whatever you want, but it is not a good idea in the today's political climate to go out and do some big celebration and be in a crowd of people and go to these big clubs or whatever just for the next few weeks. You might want to consider Netflix and chill. Just stay home, stay safe. Just at least think about it. Consider it. Okay. Now, over, I think it was yesterday, as I'm filming this now, there was that terrorist attack in New Orleans, where that guy with the white truck drove into the crowd and then jumped out shooting. Well, he jumped out shooting because his bomb didn't go off, from what I understand. And as I've said many times in the past, I don't know what they're going to do. The deep state, the whatever you want to call them, the powers that be, them, they, what they are going to do, in response to us electing Donald Trump. But I firmly believe that this is one of those things that they're doing, and we can expect more of it. I firmly believe that they want real division, not just this rhetorical online division. They want violent division among us, and they're putting that plan in action. So the guy drives into a crowd in New Orleans, kills the last number I heard was 12 people, jumps out and starts shooting. Probably, some of those people died from gunshot wounds. And then he was gunned down by the police. Now, the FBI showed up on the scene and said point blank, this was not a terrorist attack. That's the first thing. They just jumped out of their vehicles and started lying to the public. Bald-faced lying. The guy had an ISIS flag, from what I've seen, from what I've heard reported. He was flying an ISIS flag on the back of his truck. Of course, our government starts lying to us right off the bat about it. Every time something like this happens, it's lies, it's deceit, it's confusion. There's never, just a straight out answer ever. Now, in conjunction with that, this guy rented this truck. I don't know if he rented it. It was a rented truck that he did this in. Now, the same company that rented him that truck rented a Tesla Cybertruck, I think it was in Nevada, and that Tesla Cybertruck blew up in front of one of Trump's hotels in Nevada. It just exploded. It didn't catch fire like the urban legend is that all Teslas catch fire and stuff, electric vehicles catch fire, whatever. But it exploded. There were explosives in the vehicle, and it exploded. Now, another coincidence. You know how I am with coincidence. Now, 2 terrorist attacks in the same day, and they're both connected to this one rental agency. That's a hell of a coincidence. It's a hell of a coincidence that a Tesla Cybertruck made by Elon Musk blows up in front of a Donald Trump hotel. Hell of a coincidence. And we're supposed to believe that these aren't terrorist attacks, according to the government. Now, they probably have flipped the narrative by now and they're admitting it's a terrorist attack. I would assume that would just be too stupid because all of the information's being shared, especially on X. That's where everything breaks now. The news is just so far behind and so twisted and sold out that it doesn't pay to watch the news. But you can find stuff as it's happening on X. Now, also, another coincidence is that the guy in New Orleans, somewhere around about the time that the Tesla Cybertruck was exploding in front of the Trump Hotel, that guy in New Orleans, the Airbnb that he was renting went up in flames. Yeah, that thing just burns up. Now, he has been dead for a while now, so I don't know. Maybe he could have set something with a timer that caught the thing on fire. I don't know. I have no idea, but of course, I haven't heard anything about how the fire started, whether it was done, by somebody there at the time, or if it was some kind of mechanism that was manipulated to go off at a certain time. I don't know. So those are three things that are all tied together coincidentally as of now, as far as I know, and this stuff is going to be happening. I don't know how else to tell you. This is America now. We can expect this kind of stuff as long as Donald Trump is in charge, whether it be some kind of bird illness. I don't know if you've heard of the flu that's supposed to start going around pretty quick. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just more of these type of incidents. And people are literally dying from this stuff. And it is time for us to stand up and say enough. Enough is enough. Now, it's all okay when it's not you. I get it. It's somebody else died. It's somebody else's daughter, son, wife, husband, mother, father died. But I guarantee you, the families of the victims down there in New Orleans, they don't feel that way. Okay? And they are upset. They are very upset over this. Their lives have been crushed. It's just going to keep happening. And the odds of it being one of us, either victims or families of the victims, go up with each passing day that we allow this shit. It's time to stand up and vote, stand up and make sure that our votes are legal and they're not cheating. I'm looking at you, California, and all these other states who have had these Democrats in charge for the last 50, 60 years. I know y'all are voting for Republicans and independents over there, but they just keep cheating you out of it. You need to fix your damn state. Do something. But we need to do something. Whatever we can do. Make a post online voicing your opinion. Something. Now, along with all this other stuff up there, just hours after this, whatever, I don't know what to label the guy that drove into. He was an Islamist, terrorist, Hamas, whatever. I don't know. ISIS. And just hours after that, there was a big march in New York in support of Hamas, in support of these people that are doing this. Now we're letting these people come across our border without any, okay, let me clarify this. Now they are saying that the driver of the truck was an American. He was born in America. All right, he was just an ISIS, Taliban, Hamas, whatever. I don't know the intricacies of all that stuff over there. I don't claim to understand it. He's just one of those terrorists. And the guy because there was one person that died in the Cybertruck incident, and that was the person in the Cybertruck. and he was supposedly an American also. And both of them were veterans. Supposedly. Now, this is what's being reported. I don't know. They can falsify all kinds of documents and create histories now online, so I don't know. I have no idea if any of that's true. But supposedly both of these people were born in America. Now, of course, we know that that means absolutely nothing, because the government can get you to do anything, get these people to do anything. They can be brainwashed, or maybe they're already radicals and they just get profiled and pulled in, whatever, or allowed to do it. Now the FBI didn't know. I guess these guys were completely clean on social media, online. They kept everything hidden because the FBI had no idea what they were up to. The FBI was completely clueless. Now, the FBI knows that they can keep track of Amish people's raw milk, right? If Amish people are selling raw milk or even thinking about it, then the FBI's on top of that. The FBI knows that. The FBI knows all this other shit, what I'm saying on this video right now. The FBI knows all this shit that doesn't save a single American life. But if whatever will save American lives, the FBI is all of a sudden ignorant. Oh, we don't know. We were keeping tabs on him, but we don't know. We had no idea that he was going to do anything like this. So anyway, these people we got a lot of people in America who support this stuff. They support Hamas. They support these terrorists. And that goes over to the whole Israel versus Hamas, Palestine thing over there. All right? And I see this stuff, these flags, people posting putting these flags and shit on their profiles online. I stand with Israel. I support Hamas and all this shit. Why? Why? Why don't you stand with America? They're over there. Let them do whatever they do. It's none of our business. None of our business. None. Absolutely none. Now they're over here killing us, either directly or indirectly, because if they were Americans, they were still of that ideology. And it's all this supporting these other wars and stuff. I truly just do not understand it at all. Neither side. Both sides are completely nuts to me. The American people supporting either side. I don't get it. I don't understand it. That's them. Let them work it out. If Canada decided to invade America, right? Do you think that Israel or Palestine over there, that their people are gonna be marching in the streets, burning the Israeli or the Palestinian flag, talking about, I support America, I stand with America? No, they're not gonna give a shit. They're not going to care. Why? Because it doesn't make sense to care. That's none of their damn business. They don't give a shit if America burns into ashes. And they damn sure wouldn't care if we were over there blowing their shit up and killing them. So, all this shit, this is just so... It just blows my mind, because it's just common sense. Just common damn sense. What the hell they're doing over there on the other side of the world. Two small countries want to duke it out. Let them duke it out. Whoever wins, wins. Let them do it. Get it on. Who cares? I mean, honestly, to the average working American, what does it make any shit of a difference? Let them figure it out. Why are we over here dying on American soil because of that shit? Why? Anyway, so that's why you don't see any Palestinian or Israeli flags on my shit. Because I don't care. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't care if two neighbors in Montana are arguing and fighting against each other. I don't give a shit. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm in Florida. Let them figure it out. I'm not going to start burning the American flag and shouting for the Smiths or the Johnsons. You know what I mean? I stand with Johnson. What the hell? It doesn't even make sense. It's got nothing to do with me. Let them work it out. If they want to get violent, they can go to jail. Do whatever. They can sort it out however the hell they want to sort it out. They can go to court. They can whip out slingshots, squirt guns, whatever. Let them work it out. Why the hell should I get involved and start burning my own town, my own village down and burning my own flag and destroying everything around me because the Johnsons and the Smiths are arguing up there in Montana? It literally doesn't make sense. But that's the world we live in. But this whole thing, and this, even though they're Americans, supposedly, this does tie into the border because all of these people are coming across our border and they're going to be pulling this shit. And whether they have backgrounds online and they were born in America, we all know that birth certificates can be faked. History can be faked. So, like I say, I take everything with a grain of salt. I'll believe they were Americans when I can travel back in time and watch them in the birthing room. Watch them come out in the United States of America. Then I'll believe they're Americans. But it does tie into the immigration and us importing all these people who believe what those two believed. No matter where these two were born, these people believe the same thing that the terrorists believe, right? And the deep state, the government, all these interests have motive to start attacking in the United States. They have motive to disrupt Donald Trump's administration and his agenda. They have motive and they have the means to do it. And our lives, just us normal working American people on the ground, our lives do not matter to them at all. We are just political means to a political end. There are 350 million of us. If they gotta off, a couple million of us, it's no sweat off their noses. They do not care. And they will do it. Whether they do or not, I don't know. But I suggest that we all stay safe and stay out of big crowds. Stay away from big venue things. Because this is most likely going to happen again. And with all the support for Hamas and this I stand with Israel and all this stuff, these people are going to start infighting. It's just, the division is there. If you look, all the pieces of the puzzle are in place for a civil war, basically. Right? All you have to do is flick the switch, touch the match to the fuel, whatever analogy you want to use, but all the pieces are in place. And if they get that, then they can lock down America and prevent Trump from getting in office. They can't do it after he's inaugurated because then he's already in office. He's the one who would have to lock it down. So, but my message today is just be safe. I'm not trying to tell anyone to do anything. I'm not trying to tell anyone not to do anything. Gen X thinks. I'm inviting you to think about these things before you go to a big venue or go take part in something that occupies a big crowd, because it will draw the attention of bad actors. I myself will sit home over the next few weeks and make sure that my family is safe. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll leave that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you very much. Or you can hop over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put that link down in the description. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can head over to Redbubble and check out what we have over there. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. Pretty cool stuff over there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, stuff like that. But I'll put that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much for those of you who do that. I sincerely appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments, or you can email me, and the email's over on the channel page. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X. And also, stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one.